Welcome everybody to my presentation. My name is Abdul Sise. This is the MBA 690 Strategic Management with Professor Curtis Beck. Now, the company I chose, you can see, is Tesla Inc. They're a car manufacturer. They make all electric cars, founded in 2003 by Elon Musk and some other engineers. Even though they were founded in 2003, Tesla didn't release its first car, the Roadster, until 2008. Had some success with some other models and decided to launch its IPO in 2010 at $17 per share. The growth has been, astronomical because their stock is currently selling for over $350 in 2017. The Model S was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year in 2003, which is probably their most popular model thus far. This year, in 2017, Tesla began production of its Model 3, which is its value car at $35,000. According to David, a vision statement, can be achieved by asking the question, what do we want to become? Tesla's mission statement is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. In the text, their mission statement was to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable transportation. They have changed it a little bit to become an energy company instead of just a transportation company. I think that this definitely embodies Tesla's reputation, but it's a bit broad and it lacks kind of the specificity and doesn't zone in on what Tesla actually wants to do. They should definitely discuss their goals in the car industry as well as maintaining their goals in the energy industry. Tesla has three main value positions. Direct sales, they own all of their own showrooms, which is quite unusual in the car industry because there's a lot of dealerships that are franchise dealerships. Because Tesla owns their own showrooms, they can control the whole process from servicing to customer service to sales. They're all Tesla employees doing it and not franchise employees. And they heavily use their internet sales platform to sell a lot of their cars. If you go on their website, you can customize your Tesla and have it delivered within a couple of weeks. Service, Tesla has at-home service technicians who they call Tesla Rangers, and these people actually will drive to your home and fix your Tesla for you. As well as Tesla having advanced computer systems in their cars, technicians can actually remote into your car from anywhere and diagnose what the problem is. The supercharger network is something as well that Tesla's trying to expand. I don't know if you've seen any of these around. There's some at workplaces like Duncan Aviation here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and in supermarkets, I've seen them as well. You can fully charge your vehicle in 30 minutes, which is pretty good. I think Tesla wants to do this so they can expand their customer base and people won't be so worried about, oh, where would I charge my vehicle if it starts dying, essentially. Ethics. According to the Institute of Business Ethics, companies who display a clear commitment to ethical conduct outperform companies that do not display ethical conduct. Ethics is really a tough thing because Tesla doesn't have too many outstanding ethical issues out there, but I know some people have criticized them about the self-driving technology, saying it's dangerous. This kind of feature, people can abuse it and cause accidents. What somebody died driving their Tesla using the self-driving feature. So people said that Tesla should look at this and kind of fix it. But Elon Musk believes that there are more fatalities in, using regular cars than there have been in Teslas. So he doubts the dangers of the self-driving technology that they currently have. I think some recommendations for Tesla to be proactive in ethics is to provide education on how to safely use the self-driving feature and its benefits. To to shore up and create safer AEB braking functionality, as well as offer repairs to customers who experience the sudden unintentional acceleration SUA events, which is actually when some Tesla users have been going low speeds and their car has all of a sudden accelerated. So this could be like parking lots or even in people's personal garages, causing accidents. They can use recalls to update and ensure safety of its vehicles, and then just keep on improving on that autonomous driving technology. That way they can kind of negate a lot of the crashes and dangers of that technology. Michael Porter's five forces. We all know these forces. We've kind of seen them a lot throughout business school. In terms of threat of entry, it's difficult to get into the car industry. As the incumbents, the big companies that are already in the industry really try to deter entrants. Tesla sells less than 1% of all cars in the US. The bargaining power of suppliers, Tesla does produce its own lithium ion batteries in the Gigafactory. So suppliers have little power over the company. Power of buyers, again, I think this is kind of segmented. Cars that cost less than $20,000, I feel like are a lot more, impacted by buyers' power, because that's where the majority of customers are usually looking to buy vehicles, whereas luxury vehicles aren't as affected as much. In terms of rivalry, Tesla is not very competitive when it comes to the overall car industry, but when it comes to the niche electric vehicle industry, they are very, very competitive and probably an industry leader. Threats of substitution or substitutes. Tesla, their main substitutes are gas-powered vehicle in terms of other vehicles, and then you could look at public transportation or ride-hailing apps like Lyft and Uber in terms of just transportation substitutions. These are some of the matrices we used to evaluate Tesla's competitive strategy, how well they were competing, how well the business internally was doing, externally, kind of bringing all of those together in the QSPM matrix and other matrices that are used to gauge performance. When looking at the financial overview, Tesla's weaknesses were, they had negative margins, with net losses of 7.7 billion in 2016. They had negative return on assets and equity, and they didn't offer cash dividends. Some of their strengths was they improved their current ratio to above 1. If you know the current ratio formula, positive working capital of 4.3 billion, so their current assets minus their current liabilities. And then they were able to reduce their debt to equity ratio from 6.3, which is a lot, to 3.5, which is still quite high, but large companies are usually going to have more debt than they will have equity financing. Some recommendations for Tesla is to reduce this leverage that they currently have. Currently, they're 73% liabilities, where I feel like if they move towards 65% liabilities and 35% equity, they could make the company less risky, which will help in the long term. Tesla should also work on educating its customers and creating brand awareness through advertising. I mean, if it wants to compete with Volkswagen and Ford, it really needs to market in some of the traditional and new age marketing avenues. In terms of strategic evaluation, Tesla took massive action and fired over 400 employees recently. This was due to their the slow performance of producing the Model 3. So they had performance reviews and really let go of a lot of people, which was, however you might feel about that, is them taking action and kind of reviewing their strategy, saying this is not working, we need to do something else. Tesla should also review their investment decisions so they can improve their return on assets. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but this was a really good quote on Blackboard. However beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results, by Winston Churchill. Thank you guys for viewing my video presentation, and I hope the best for you in the rest of your MBA or your careers. Thanks.